Hi everyone, hope you're all doing okay. Oh, sorry for the clicking there. Anyway, today I am going to be doing this quick little illustration. It's done on Procreate. I had originally wanted to do everything traditionally, but it wasn't really kind of working out. The past couple of weeks have been really poor for me art-wise. There've been a couple of traditional pieces that I've been working on, and it's not really working out. So I've just kind of gone back into a little bit of a comfort zone with my tablet and started drawing digital stuff, which is much easier to correct if it goes wrong. So I'm just tackling this idea that I've had for a while. Every now and again I really get into tarot cards and their meanings and what the arcana mean and all of that. So I wanted to do this kind of illustration of my character, Rune, who has appeared multiple times, and the arcana that I kind of associate her with is the sun, because it's a very positive and optimistic arcana, and it kind of represents her as a character very well. And that was the very basic idea behind it. And so I wanted to do something like what you'd see in typical kind of tarot card designs, which there's such a variety that it's not like I'm copying anything in particular. But one of the reasons I actually did this one, and I do a second illustration, because the first one, which is this one, came out so stiff, and here I'm still kind of doing it relatively loosely and sketchily, but I don't know, I kind of go down this route of making everything too rigid and symmetrical. Oh yeah, okay, so literally here the symmetry comes in, and I remember doing it at the time. It took me a few days to do this one illustration, which is quite slow for me. And when I started doing the whole symmetry aspect of it, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, okay, I'm so clever. This is gonna look like a tarot card. But the more I did it, the less I liked it, and it just wasn't really working out. I don't know, I've realized kind of only recently that I don't really like my work when it's really kind of tight, I guess, which is stupid because that is how I end up kind of working anyway. Recently I did another illustration. I didn't make a video of it or anything. I redrew an old illustration of an Irish myth, and I decided that I wanted to do it traditionally. So I was doing it in ink or yeah, it was ink, it wasn't watercolor at all actually. But and then with the outlines I used some gold enameling. So it's a little bit 3D, and when you turn it towards the light, it actually reflects it. It's really cool. The idea is cool, but I just wasn't able to kind of capture it the way I wanted to, because the lines were too simplified, I guess. Now, to be fair, that image was much more much more bare bones than even this one. So it didn't work. I'm sure as a digital illustration it might have worked, but as a traditional illustration I just wasn't able to get it to where I wanted it to be, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm kind of ending up doing the same thing here, which is unfortunate, because even at this point when I started the colouring I was a little bit I don't really like this. It's too tight. So I redid it. After this one, which I struggled with for a few days, I was like, no, I'm just gonna redo it. and I am going to do what I actually want, what is actually kind of like in my head, which is something much more loose and I don't know. You'll see in a second. Now I'm going to show you the preparatory sketches for like the second illustration, so I'll let that run and then I'll come back to you. Right, hello, hi. So these are the sketches that I was talking about, the preparatories for the following illustration that I did, following on from the last one that I didn't like. And these were just all the sketches that I did kind of like that morning. So I started with this one, and you know, you can kind of see that like the line quality is much looser, is much more natural, I guess. And that was one thing I kind of realized as I was doing this, which I probably already mentioned when I was showing you the previous illustration, is that I tend to prefer my own work when everything is like much looser, or not even looser, but just more kind of like sketchy, I guess. But yeah, so here are the sketches. These are just kind of ideas for like other tarot concepts for other characters. I don't know if I'll actually do them, but I just wrote them down. But anyway, yeah, that's the page. So on to the next illustration. Yeah, okay, so hopefully that kind of gave you a better idea of what I was trying to say about like the line quality and the looseness. And the difference, I can't even like begin to explain like how much more I love this picture, this drawing. Like, okay, I know it probably sounds incredibly like pretentious and everything and really like egotistical, but I like it so much that I actually ended up putting it as the background on my phone. But like it just makes me really happy. It like really captured the mood that I wanted to in the first place, which is this kind of like sense of warmth and compassion, I guess, in a way. Like I'm not like really I don't know enough about tarot to know about like the in-depth meanings of all of the arcana or anything. I only know about a couple of them, and I have had tarot cards like read for me on occasion, and it's always really interesting. But that's it. It's more of like a passing interest in like how other people do it, but like I don't know how to read them myself. But in this particular instance, I did really want to just do a nice illustration that kind of captured the message or the mood of the sun. And with my character Rune, she I don't know if I'll ever really go that much in depth with her. Like I have had this character since I was very, very little, so she represents like a lot of various aspects to me, and of all of my characters, she's probably like the most cherished because I've had her so long. And she, like I say, she represents a lot of like various kind of things to me, and but above all, she's about like positivity and bringing kind of warmth and joy to people. Like she's I'm not gonna lie, she's a little bit Mary Sue-ish, but she makes me very happy. And like I use her now. I didn't used to, but now I use her as kind of like a mouthpiece in a way to kind of portray ideas and imagery of like happiness, I guess, or beauty. So she's kind of like she's the vehicle that I use to kind of express those kind of like some certain beautiful images, I suppose. And so that's what this ended up being. So everything's very kind of light and summery, and yeah, colours are very bright, and I can't like, I know it's not very often that like artists are like, I love my work, because most of the time, you know, we're our own worst critics, and it's very easy to be like, oh, this went wrong here and I hate this and whatever. But just right now, I love this illustration and I am so happy with it. I was able to do exactly what I wanted, and it's really satisfying. And I'm sure maybe in a few weeks I'll look back at it and I'll be kind of like, oh, that could have been done better or whatever. But right now it's like, it just makes me happy, and I hope it makes other people happy, because that's the intention behind it. But yeah, so I'm sorry again that this was just another kind of like digital patchwork of video of like, you know, oh damn it, what are they called? Like playbacks, I guess. But I never think ahead. I know I've said this before. I have an idea in mind and I'm like, oh, I have to get it out, and then I do it and I'm like, oh shite, I should have recorded that. Oh well. At least with the digital drawings, I have some time lapses to at least put on screen. So hopefully that's still interesting enough, and that the process was kind of interesting enough to watch. So I think that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. But yes, so this is my character rune as or representing the Sun Arcana, and I hope you like the result as much as I do. And even if you don't, I don't care. I don't care. I really like it. So that's it. Oops, sorry. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for your patience. Also, again, oh my god, thank you so much for all of the new subscribers that I've been getting. Like, the number keeps climbing, and I feel so bad that I don't like upload regularly, but thank you very, very much. I really, really do appreciate it, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.